What's up, y'all? It's the Boosh Bag. Miss Boosh Bag, to you. Alright. They're in rare form today. I know y'all hear the yelling, the banging, the scraping, all of that's going on, the construction. Fuck it, whatever. Alright, so this show came back because we know that it ended mid-season to bring back Atlanta, because apparently Atlanta's more popular. It's more popular for my reviews anyway. But hopefully, you know, it'll catch on. All right, these little Dallas hoes. All right, so Kaylee takes everybody to a NASCAR thing because that's her shit or whatever, and they're all from Dallas. I mean, they're all from Texas, but she's like, well, not there. They're not all from Texas, but some of them are, they're from Texas. It's like the official sport, and she don't know why they don't know enough about it. So they start asking Tiffany about Austin, and she was like, oh, well, I just miss him so much, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it's just hard not having him around, but he wasn't pulling his weight. He had no job, had no money. And Kaylee's like, I mean, she's like, you know, it's hard coming home and not having anybody to talk to. She's like, bitch, talk on the phone. I mean, really. Yeah, and that is a real thing, because what the fuck was you doing before he brought his raggedy, no job having ass down there? Talking on the phone, right? FaceTime. Do it. All right. So she was like, well, you know what, Kaylee, you're just being rude and you don't really understand because you don't have a man, which is what she always throwing in Kaylee's face. Like, having a man is like, oh my God, the tippity top of fucking happiness and tranquility and understanding about everything, right? She was like, well, shit, I don't want no man like that. I don't want to be in no relationship like that. They're getting into it, they arguing, whatever. She was like, you're all in my business. I mean, what about your little relationships? What about Chase and all of them? What's up with that? She's like, whatevs. Whatever. That shit was shady as hell, right? You know what happened with Chase. That was fucked up. Anyway, they were like, so what's up with you, Kaylee? She was like, oh, well, I'm going to makeup school, which is basically cosmetology school. So she's basically, I guess, kind of going to be doing the same thing that Tiffany does. Cosmetology does hair and makeup, right? And esthetician and all of that stuff. So I guess Kaylee's just really doing it for the makeup part, though. And I'm pretty glad that she stopped thinking that, you know, twerking was, you know, gonna be a real job, and that she was gonna be able to, you know, live and survive a full rent by herself, or even half a rent. Like, I don't know. It might have been easier when it was half a rent, but a whole rent now, it's gonna be too much. So I'm glad that she has a second plan, a backup plan, a much better fucking plan. All right. And they're like, she's asking Emily and Asta, like, what's up with y'all bar thing? Asta's like, well, you know, I don't really like talking about, you know, business or my friendship or whatever, but we already know the shit went south because Asta was mad because Emily wanted 70% and only wanted to give them 30, and they felt like they deserve 50-50 because they're doing all the work and they got all the know-how and blah, 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 blah. All right, so Samantha is gonna have a surprise party for Asta because her birthday is coming up, and Zach is still there, and he's leaving like soon. So she's like, yeah. Well, when Asta gets her to leave, she tells them about the party. He's gonna be at some little restaurant or whatever, and they're asking about Zach, and she's like, well, you know, it is good, but yeah, he gotta go, and he gotta go for work, and she's not uprooting. So yeah, basically. The end. Bree is talking to, what's her name, to Kaylee about her modeling. Okay, so she was like, well, her and Buddha are going to be on the cover of Cosign magazine. I don't know what that is, but whatever. Apparently it is magazine that is still in paper form, for which there is a cover that they will be adorning. All right, so yeah, Kaylee's like, wow, that's so good. I'm so happy to see it's like, you know, paying off. Things are working out for you. Congratulations. She's like, thank you so much. And it's so funny because I just never see Bree as a freaking model. I think when the show first came on, when they were on the Atlanta show, I was like, wow, Bree's pretty funny looking. I hate to say it because I like her most of the time, but whatever. But yeah. When Kaylee like, all right, but if you need somebody to do your makeup, I could do your makeup. She was like, okay, yeah, I like the way that you do makeup. I probably will be hitting you up to do that. All right. Sam asked Asta about the bar when everybody else is like not away, and she was like, well, basically Emily tried to fuck me over and was asking for 70%, and you know, even though we are, you know, building it. We're creating it. It's our concept that we brought together and thought up. We're going to be, doing the bartending, doing the work, the cleanup, the hiring, the everything. And we think that we should get more. So it just didn't work out, and we're not going to be fucking working together. And they're like, wow. Because it's like Tiffany and Samantha are there. And they're like, that's fucked up, because if she was your real friend, like a real friend knows that, you really want this, and they would try to help you. And I try to, like, fuck you over. Like, that's fucked up. And then they walked up, and they got real awkward. So they didn't say nothing else about it. Alright, Buddha and Bray are in the house, and he's like, wow, you talk so much now. Like, so I guess he's saying that she's coming out of her shell or whatever. It's like, out of 5 years, like, you probably only talk like 3 months worth of words, and now you just like a chatterbox, you talking all the time. So he's saying that he like it, but then he seemed to not like it when she started talking about shit he don't want to talk about. So she's pushing for a relationship as motherfucking usual, and he basically like, nah. No. So he was like, well, look, she's telling him, we're gonna be on the cover of this magazine as a power couple. And he like, I already know that, thanks for the update. So what? She was like, well, don't you think we should be a couple? No, you don't have to be like, we don't give a fuck what these people are thinking. Like, they're gonna think we're a couple. I don't give a fuck if they think we're a couple. This is gonna help us, and it's gonna help you, and that's why we doing it. And no, I don't need to be in no motherfucking relationship. She was like, well, I could just do it for myself. He was like, oh, so you gonna try to boot me off the shit? And she was like, well, or you could do it yourself. You saying you don't need me? He was like, I don't need you. I'm gonna bring you though, because it's already agreed upon. I know that shit had to hurt, because I know she was like, if you don't need me. She wanted him to be like, come on, babe, I need you. He was like, I don't need you. Yeah, he said that. So she's sitting there looking stupid and hurt as motherfucking usual. And he was like, look, in the future, we got all of this time, but right now the time ain't right. She like, when is the time gonna be fucking right? Like, literally, it's been 5 years I've been waiting. Like, is it gonna be when you're a really old man, or you gonna be 50? Like, 50 is so fucking old. You gonna be 50 years old. It's definitely old to be waiting for this motherfucker, but it's not like, it's not considered an old man. But yeah, she was like, I'm not gonna be waiting that long. She tried to say it under his breath, and he just crunched all that shit down. You ain't gotta wait that long. You already know I'll leave. I'll go do the fuck I want to do. So he basically saying, don't fucking get cute, bitch, because you better take what little bit I'm giving you if you want anything, because I'll be out the door, you won't have shit. And she shut her ass right on up. She back down to lessening them words now, ain't she? So he ain't here for that shit. I think it's fucked up, because like I said, I like her most of the time, and she in the same dumbass position that she was in at the very beginning when she broke up with him and swore he was coming back, and he was so, oh, I really want my family back together now and all of this. Now it's the same bullshit. You on TV begging, and he basically saying, I don't give a fuck what you want. Hell to the no. It's like, all these people be in these relationships, don't really want to be in it. You ain't gonna force me into no shit I don't want to do. I'll do it when I want to do it, if I ever want to do it. And that's that. Something's in my eye. It is irking my nerve. I'm thinking it's this wig. I don't know what. Anyway, yeah. So Kaylee is in her little class. She's doing very, very well with highlighting. Even though the highlight, that shit was white as hell. And cream, I'm like, ooh, there's a lot of stuff right there. But she blended it in. She made, yeah, she had his skin sitting, honey. Okay, because he was looking, first of all, he needed to shave. I'm like, is somebody going to handle some of the debris about the face? I don't know if he was shaved or if she shadowed that shit and contoured it or whatever the fuck, but his skin looked very, very good at the end. So she's doing well. And she said that, her dad's going to be really proud of her when she graduates, and he knows that she has a real job. She ain't gonna be twerking and shaking her ass no more. Yeah, she got a job, or almost has a career that she can be proud of. All right. Tiffany is chilling with one of her clients, going to do her hair. First of all, who fucking pays to get somebody to come and curl the ends of their hair. Like, when she was done with her hair, I just looked at this bitch like, purely this was just tossed in as motherfucking filler, because that shit was not cute. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't cute. It wasn't nothing. I mean, it literally, I don't know why you would need somebody else to do that for you. I could have seen the washing, because the girl is like black, so her hair probably curly. I mean, she looked mixed or something. So she probably got a whole bunch of curly hair. Maybe the blow drying and the flat ironing part, you would get somebody to do. Perhaps even a trim. But to take the motherfucking curlers and twirl it around on the end of these motherfucking curls, on the ends. I mean, no volume. It was just flat hair with a curl on the end. What, about 6 or 7 curls? Like, first of all, I don't believe he made a house call for that, and I don't believe that she wanted that, okay? Okay? It's not adding up. Anyway, she doing this damn girl hair, and she telling her about Austin. She was like, yeah, I had to boot him out. He wasn't doing his part. And she was like, all right, well, so y'all still together? Yeah, we still talking or whatever. Yeah, girl, you need to leave that shit alone. I know some people, and I'm going to set you up on a date with somebody really, really nice. And she was like, well, I don't really want to do it. Like, I haven't been on a dating scene in so long. I'm so scared. I'm so, okay, I'll do it. Yeah, so she's game. All right. Emily invites Bree and Kaylee out, and they meet at this building, and she was like, I want y'all to check out this venue. She go inside, and when she get inside, she start talking about, like, you know, bar type things. Like, yeah, I'm opening this mini bar, and it's gonna be like a little bar over here, and then the big bar, and blah, 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 whatever, whatever. And Kaylee's like, hold up. Are you doing this with Asta? No, I'm not going with Asta's thing, because I didn't like it. And she was like, it kind of sounds like the same idea. No, it's not the same idea. She wanted little things, like little drinks, little food, little all of this. Like, no, I think all of that shit is stupid. My idea isn't going to be like mocking little people. It's going to be more about empowering us. We're going to be empowered, and my whole thing. So it's a completely different concept. And she was like, well, basically, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and I didn't think it was a good investment, so I didn't invest. I didn't give them none of my money, and I started my own fucking shit. She was like, well, I hope they're not mad. I mean, they can work here if they want to. I mean, they are bartenders. And Kaylee, first of all, every time you talk about anything that's dealing with money, Kaylee be like, can I work there? Yeah, can I do something to make money there? So she hop on the shit like, okay, yeah, can I dance here too? I'll dance if you need a dancer, and and I'll also bartend. Girl. And you do a makeup, and you do it just everything. She don't give a fuck. Yeah. She's a beggar. She always begging for something, but at least, you know, she's trying to make a honest buck. Tiffany have her date with this dude, Caleb. Caleb is like redheaded, a little bit. Is he chubby? He seemed chubby to me. And he bald. He's a business manager, and I'm like, okay, so he got a pretty nice sounding job. He seemed to have it all together. He's like, so you have an ex? What's up with that? What happened with that? She was like, well, you know, it kind of ended, you know, whatever. Oh, well, how did it end? I mean, who ended it? Was it you? Was it him? Do you have a problem talking about this? Yeah, I kind of do. I don't really want to talk about this shit. So she's just acting awkward and, you know, breaking character, because she's just looking at the camera like, yeah, like she expect the cameraman to come and interject in the conversation to make it not awkward no more. Girl, be in that conversation and fucking say that your boyfriend ain't shit. Ain't shit. An enormous, lazy, pink cheek, lumberjack shirt wearing nothing. So he's like, you want any kids? And she was like, well, I don't know. He's like, I always wanted kids. I just feel like he's just having a conversation. She taking everything to mean, oh, I want kids with you and blah, 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 blah. He just trying to feel the motherfucker out, because apparently she's 21, but he's saying he's 31, which is probably too, my husband 10 years older than me. It's too old, girl. It's too old. Anyway, shade. So he was like, yeah, in the future, and she's just like, she is turned off by everything at that point. She didn't like that he brought up, tried to make her talk about Austin and his plans for the future. Her feeling like they were all closing in on him. She was like, motherfucker, I just met you. You asking about kids and all this. Like, I mean, it's a question. He ain't asked you if you was fertile and about what time could y'all start fucking and making kids or whatever. Maybe I'm just looking at it too innocent. Did y'all think that he was jumping the gun and like, hey girl, I'm about to dick you down and pump you up? If y'all felt like he was saying all of that, like she acted like, then let me know in the comments. All right. Kaylee is at the photo shoot for this magazine. I can't even remember what the fuck the shit. Cosign magazine. With Bree. And she's doing her makeup. Even though she thinks that Bree is playing herself. She was like, I mean, she's still in this same situation with this motherfucker. And she's on a thing being a power couple. And they ain't in no motherfucking relationship. They're not a couple. Well, whatever. She, the pictures, actually, I thought they looked really, really nice, right? Brie looked pretty and, like, everything. And Kaylee did a really good job on her makeup. I'm like, yes, bitch, that okay. I didn't know your skills was like that. She looked very, very good to me. Not really here for the pictures of, him down on the floor with ropes tied around him and her, like, you know, reeling the man or whatever. I don't know. That left a nasty taste in my mouth, but it looked very pretty. It was pretty artistic or whatever, but yeah, there was definitely elements I could have done with that whole damn thing. Okay, so after the shoot, the guy that was shooting, he's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna give you guys like an interview. I got a couple of questions for you and everything. So he was like, are you guys officially a couple? And Wooda goes on this long ass rant, basically saying hell to the no. No, he'd rather not have a title, and all these people, they walking around with a title and they miserable, and we could just not have a title and we could be happy. And I'm just worried about, you know, being happy and doing what I want to do and blah blah blah, and I'm not gonna let nobody pressure me into this and the society. And he just like go off and on, and I guess she's supposed to be like, yeah, that's right, don't nobody tell us about our relation. No, she just sitting there looking dumb because she is hurt and fucking embarrassed because she know that he say fucked up shit like that to her, but to hear him saying it to somebody else almost braggingly, yeah, I would feel dumb as hell. Like, you sitting in this motherfucker taking pictures with him shacking up, and he basically doing whatever he want. That's what he's saying. Like, no, I don't want to be. There's nothing to a relationship besides the shit you're already doing other than being monogamous. I mean, that's the only additional thing that needs to be there. I don't know if he's supposed to be being monogamous this time, but yeah, I'm your girlfriend. I'm your girlfriend. And you be like, you know, I am your girlfriend. Let us be around a girl, you fucking tell a bitch that I'm not your motherfucking girlfriend. Nigga, motherfucker, ooh. I feel bad for her because she really needs to get out of it. She need to leave Wooda alone. Leave Wooda alone. Don't take him back when he come back, talk about his love of his family. Come back with a ring, nigga, and a date. A very soon date. Not 5 years down the line, not 1 year. Motherfucker, it already been 5. You come with a ring and a date. A date in the next 3 months. 3 to 6 months. Give me time to plan the wedding and invite my friends and get all pretty and get my shit together. But no, you ain't getting no additional time to fucking keep on stretching the shit out. None of that. Yeah, she needs to move on. Alright, Tiffany, the Cheeks, and Asta are all, I don't know who fucking house they at, but they sitting on the couch and the girl sitting in the window, Tiffany's in the window, and they were like, well, how was your date with Caleb? And she was like, first of all, he was bald, and I could not keep my mind off of his receding hairline or whatever. She was like, and basically there was no chemistry. She still is talking to Austin because Emily was asking her. She was like, yeah, well, we're talking, you know, because we didn't break up. Like, it was just like kind of like a break or whatever. And we're taking it slow. And Emily just basically crunched it all down for her. Took her can and stomped it and told her a whole bunch of shit that was pretty hard to hear. Okay. So she was like, first of all, you can't take it slow with a motherfucker that you already been with for 4 years. How the fuck you taking it slow? Essentially, anything that you do, you're still going to wind up back at the same place that you already was at. And she was like, and you wasn't happy with him. So like, are you trying to like not like other people because of him? She's like, no, I just been off the market for 4 years. Like, I just, you know, it's out of my element and blah blah blah. And she was like, yeah, just don't be selling yourself short. I mean, you complained about him like all the time. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. You wasn't happy. And she was like, I just want to be happy. And she was like, exactly, how are you happy right now? How are you happy? And she was like, well, all I know is that he's always been there for me. And he's done a good, but girl, has he? Wasn't he a child for most of the time y'all was together? All right, so Emily was like, well, look, he's all you know, and I'm just saying that you were young. Y'all are both like young as hell. And you don't even know if you're happy because you don't have anything to compare it with. You've only been with him like forever. You have no frame of reference. And you just stuck in this one spot without ever like moving past it. And Bree is like, yeah, she's so young. She needs to get like more life experience so that she can see whether she's even happy right now. And she's crying at this point. She's like, well, I do care about all y'all's opinions, but all y'all should really care about is if I'm happy. And Emily's like, all right, bitch, well, just don't settle because you don't think that you can get anything better or you deserve anything better. Why the fuck is these motherfuckers so loud? What I find ironic is that this is coming from Emily and Bree. Two of the motherfuckers with the worst fucking relationships. I mean, Bree literally was just getting played in the last scene and sitting there looking like a dumbass. And she's been doing it for multiple seasons, okay? The only season she didn't seem like a complete ass was when Wooda wasn't around, or maybe when he first came back, and she was like on her own and doing her thing and getting tough and sassy with motherfuckers. Like, that's the only fucking time. She been looking like a sucker ass all the rest of the time. Emily ass with motherfucking Lantel, well, I don't know. He seemed nicer once the baby was sick and all of that. He seemed to be a lot more whatever. But, yeah, at the beginning when he first dissed her and was like, I don't give a fuck about the baby, stared her ass down, I said it, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, y'all are in, well, I don't know. I guess it's good advice. It's still good advice, just weird coming from them, but they're older and fuck it. If you lived enough to know the advice, then bitch, pass it on. All right, okay, so Brachelle and Kaylee go up to Asta's bar and they want to talk to her. So Kaylee's like, look, I got something to tell Asta and I don't even know how to tell her because it's gonna seem fucked up. And Brachelle like, what? Because you know that bitch so nosy. She was like, well, I checked out a venue with Emily and her idea sounds like, you know, just like Asta's idea. She was like, girl, you better tell her. You gotta. So Asta's like, well, can you tell me later? No, I think you should sit down. Girl, you better sit down. Because you got to hear this. You got to hear this like right now. Basically her idea sounds a lot like yours, and she's even calling it the mini bar. Like, oh my god, she like stole her name. And then she's like, damn, like I didn't think that she would do something like that. And Brachelle is like, girl, you better do a cease and desist on her ass. And then what is the husband's name? Drew? Don't give me the line. I promise you I don't know what his name is, but he came up. He was like, you're going to have to sue her. He was like, yeah, we're going to have to sue her. And Asta's like, well, I didn't ever think it would get as big as, you know, trying to sue no motherfucking body. Like, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and at least talk to her first because, you know, we're friends or whatever. And Brachelle was like, no, girl, you better start sticking up for yourself because blah, blah, blah. But you know that Brachelle do not like Emily, like at all. So she's pushing her own agenda there anyway. Alright, so now we at Asta's little party at the restaurant. It's a surprise party. She thinks she's having a double date with Sam and Zach. And she gets there and everybody's like, oh, surprise. And she's like, oh my god, it's so good. And it seemed like almost immediately Brachelle was like, did you talk to Emily about your shit yet? No, bitch. When? I just walked in the motherfucker. Or I don't even want to do it now. Like, no, I just didn't. So she's like, Emily, Asta need to talk to you. She was like, why isn't Asta the one that's drawing attention to herself or trying to get my attention then? Because I was helping her. So you were helping her. Okay, so since you got something to say and you needed her to help you, what you got to say? First of all, Rochelle really needs to mind her business. Like I'm hoping that she isn't like this in real life, but you know, they got her playing the stereotypical loud, bossy, overbearing ass black girl. It seems like they're always either looking for that type or making people, you know, presume that personality, because I mean, I just see it too much on TV, and I am actually a black person. I'm in a sorority. I got tons and tons of women that I've been around, and for it to seem like it's like the overall personality of black people. First of all, we don't have an overall personality because we're all individual people, but the way that it is on TV to make it seem like it is such a constant for black women to be so loud and aggressive and pushy and bossy, when I know that that just isn't a thing, that's not even a real life. It irks my fucking nerves. So I don't know if she like this or if she doing it for the show to remain relevant, but the bitch is messy as hell. And she need to mind her business, because I mean, literally, this girl party just started, and now you making it you making all this aggression and shit. I don't even think she was really thinking about Emily at that point, because she was still so happy about, you know, oh my god, a surprise party, you guys are so nice, I got such great friends. And then you like, let's start a fight. Let's be very angry right now. Like, let it go, bitch. Let her do it at her own time. But yeah, whatever, she done ruined the party already. It done just started. So basically I was like, well, why did you steal my idea? I mean, Kaylee said that you're doing a midget bar, and she was like, I'm not doing a midget bar, I would never do a midget bar. And Kaylee's like, I didn't say it was the midget bar. So basically what Emily is doing is playing on words, because bitch, you know what she mean by midget bar. Emily doesn't like the word midget, so she's saying I wouldn't do a midget bar because I wouldn't use that word. But you know what she's talking about. You doing the same fucking bar concept as her. And she was like, yeah, I would never do that. She was like, well, Kaylee's saying. Kaylee's like, no, I didn't say all of the things that you're saying. So she didn't even say nothing yet. But she was like, I didn't say that they would be the games and, you know, whatever other stuff she didn't say. Because she didn't say anything. She just said her idea sounds a lot like yours. Or sounds, I don't know if she said exactly. I wrote a lot. Sounds a lot like yours. And she didn't go into specifics other than the little bar and the big bar, and that there were going to be little people working there. Which is, you know, at the very base level. I guess Emily is feeling like her idea is so much different because she's going to be doing different stuff with the exact same concept. But whatever. So she's like, well, Rochelle act like she want to fight Kaylee, and she was like, why you jumping on the fence or whatever? She was a side bitch. She was like, I'm just saying, I just want to clarify. I said this and I didn't say any, and then Asta's like, so what do you, like, no, I'm saying she did. I told you that she had a bar and it was going to be for little people, and it is called the mini bar. So she stole your name and the concept of it being a little people bar. Basically, I think is what Kaylee was trying to clarify. Like, don't say I said any extra shit. Those are just things that you kind of thought in your head when I said that her shit was very similar. Or sounds like your idea, then you thought maybe she ripped off everything. She said she didn't want to do none of that stuff because she thought it was all fucking stupid. And she was like, I mean, why'd you telling her like all of this shit to her face or whatever? Like, I told you to your face, like, I'm not doing no little art. Shit is not the same. I'm not doing little drinks and little food and all of that. And Rochelle is like, well, okay, well, is it little people gonna be there? And Emily's like, yeah, I have little people friends, so of course little people are gonna be there. She was like, midget bar, mini bar, whatever the fuck, like, bitch, you stole her idea. Asta is like, so you did take the concept of the small bar and the larger bar. Yeah, it's gonna have a small bar and a larger bar, but it's still just gonna be different. And I told you my plans right then and there. Like, don't act like it's some new shit. Like, when I met with you, I told you I had the money and I want to open a bar, so I'm gonna just open my own bar. She was like, yeah, but I didn't know you were gonna steal my idea and open up the bar that I had just told you about. And she was like, well, it's my money, and basically I can do anything I want to do. She was like, but your idea wasn't good, and it was a bad investment, so I don't need you. I mean, you need me. You came asking me for money, and I can do whatever I want. So I was like, bitch, just because you got money don't mean you could do whatever the fuck you want to do. And she was like, yes, I can. I can spend my money on whatever I want to fucking do. And Ty, is that his name? Ty Drew? Whatever. The husband, he's like, you don't really even know anything about a bar or running it or anything. She was like, I don't have to. I'm just going to own it. I don't have to work at the bar. I'm not going to be, you know, a waiter or anything. Like, bitch, I'm going to own it. Crunched. Okay, so, what's her name? Samantha's like, you know what, this is supposed to be Asta's birthday party and it's getting out of hand. Like, maybe you should leave, Emily. And Emily's like, fine. And like laughingly walking away. And she's like, Kaylee, you know what, next time maybe you could tell the whole fucking story and blah blah blah. And Kaylee was like, I did fucking tell. And when she's walking past Asta just pick up food and throw it at her. And then she just standing there seething. Brachelle get up and run like it was about to be like the biggest fight in the fucking world, and she go over and take food. Emily took food out of Brachelle's plate and like threw it at her, and then Ty jump up and she was like, well, don't be throwing food at me and expect me to not throw no food back. And she just, you know, she's leaving or whatever. Emily's back is about bigger than a motherfucker. Now, I didn't notice this back when she was on the Atlanta show, but after she had the baby, she put on a little weight. I mean, she's not even, you know, seriously, like, hugely overweight, but something about the way that she walks now, it might have been before, too. I might have just not noticed it. That bitch shoulders as big as, she walked like a linebacker. She walked like, and she, you know, she got a girly face and her shit just bigger than a motherfucker. Like, she can't put her arms down. She seemed like she's swole. Like, her arms is just like she just got out of jail. I'm like, this bitch got a linebacker ass back. She walked like a man. It is nothing attractive. It is nothing attractive. Girl, you need to work on that. You need to get one of those gay guys that teach people how to walk runways or whatever. All right, Zach and Samantha, he's going to leave, I think, probably the next day. Samantha really wants the relationship to work, but she's not willing to move back, and he, you know, ain't really going to be moving there because he got work, you know, back home. He did say he's willing to travel more, and I guess they're going to try to make a go of a long-distance relationship, even though she thinks it's going to be hard, and she didn't really even want that. Yeah, so we gonna see how that's gonna go. He probably gonna wind up moving there also. Hopefully, because he has a job, we know he has a job. Hopefully he make it, he get it all together before he brings his ass out there, if that's what's gonna happen. All right, Bree and Wilda and Malik are at, I guess, at Emily's house. First of all, Meek is so cute. Why is this baby so cute? Every time I see him, I can just eat him up. He is fucking adorable. Emily is talking shit about everybody, you know, everything that happened and how, you know, her idea is different and Kaylee did this and then she trying to backtrack, and Brachelle just really wanted, you know, Asta, that's not even Asta's real personality. She don't even act like that. Like, Brachelle was gassing her head up and telling her how to feel and what to say and all of this and all of that because Brachelle don't like me and whatever. And then the doorbell rang and Emily got her ass served. So Bree come out and she was like, what the fuck happened? Like, this bitch, she served me. It's a cease and desist order. She was like, whatever, I got money. I mean, I'll just get a lawyer. She was like, and I'm not going to cease and desist shit. Like, I'm going to continue on with my motherfucking plans, and this is going to happen. This bar is going to open. And she was like, I didn't even steal their idea. And they're like, well, her idea wasn't copyrighted anyway. So, whatever. But, I don't know. She know that shit bad business. She was like, you know what? Asta should grow up and just find another investor and stop harassing me like I stole her idea. Like, there are hundreds or thousands of bars in this country, in America, where little people work, and it's not like she came up with the concept of little people working at bars or blah blah. Bitch, you know you stole that idea. okay, and you might have tweaked it because some of the things that were in it you didn't like, but the overall idea, you did take that. And I think she should fucking apologize, although I don't think she is going to, because I'm looking at next week and her lawyer's like, tell that bitch she better end this shit because we'll take her down. So Emily is Donald Trump and them. Like, I got money and I'll just bury you in litigation and ruin your life and make you really, really poor. Basically, it's what it sounds like is going to be happening. So we're going to see next week, but that is the end of this episode. So if you agree with what I had to say, let me know down in the comments. If you disagree with what I had to say, let me know in the comments. And until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out my previous video. I also have a beauty and lifestyle channel you can check out, or swing by my fitness channel for a free workout. Don't forget to subscribe.